My name is Kaoru Okumura, and working as a program manager and a developer in Qdabra. So today's topic is the SharePoint workflow, as you may know very well. But in many times, we'd like to send a kind of repeating data, especially using email, and it's not so trivial. So I'd like to talk about that today. And in fact, this is my first webinar, so I really hope it will go well. So the problem is, so let's see. You have no repeating data in your form in SharePoint library, so it occurs very frequently. And when the form is approved, you'd like to send an email automatically to show the submitter that your form is approved, but with repeating data. So let me show some sample. In fact, well, we've created this solution for our client, and I'm going to show a little bit revised version of that. So today I take an express pre-approval request. This is very popular one, like in a description. Let's see. Training trip or and this, and here is a repeating table for training. Something like that, and maybe travel. Or so on. Then you can just submit the form. Yes. So now you can see the form we'd like to talk. And in this demonstration, I'm going to use a SharePoint 2010 and also InfoPath 2010 version. So first thing we think about is, SharePoint workflow should work well, but at the same time, what workflow can it use is only the promoted field. That makes sense. However, we cannot promote for repeating table. Straightforward. We can take first, last, count, merge, which does not work well in this case. So the next idea is, then let's use email submit form. We can create an active view and send it on submit using InfoPath feature. However, to do this, we need administrator approved form. Some of you have that permission in your client, but in this case, the client is huge company and the project is very short period, so within a week or so on. I do not bother about administrative thing to get permission or so on and so on. So then someone said that let's just send a link to the SharePoint. Then they can check it. Yes, they can check it. However, there are many weak points. You cannot see it offline, but it's so inconvenient for mobile, but not so many actually check that link. So what I think about this one is, how about doing a kind of HTML encoding on the repeating table? And this is the topic, why I say trick, I'm going to explain in this webinar. Okay. Looks like I have some question behind 2-page in your designation. Someone asked, hi, any specific reason behind 2 PPs in your designation? I mean developed. Oh, well, because we are a small company and we can do anything I can do. Sorry if it's not answering your question, but that's the short answer for now. And okay, so there are some components or steps. I'm going to explain these 3 steps in today's webinar. So the first part is most interesting thing, how to encode repeating data in HTML. So the idea is we can send HTML mail. So yeah, let's get this kind of long string. Then we may use that in SharePoint. So then step 2 is promote this long string created in InfoPath to SharePoint to promote it. Then step 3 is create an HTML email in SharePoint workflow. So about step 1, there is a kind of trick to enable loop in formula. This looks a little bit complicated, but well, this part, concatenate, inside of a concatenate is the string you'd like to generate. For example, I'm going to use a description with some HTML tag. And if you use evall node concat, this make a loop of the each node I specified and create a concatenated string. And we need one more evall at the top, which create an anonymous parent of the HTML and convert them into a string that we can use. So let me see some example in the formula. So this is just to show this one. So in this encode button, I assigned a kind of format here. So this is the one from the slide, evall, and detail. This is repeating one, and with some description area. So then when I try to use this one, like this is line 1 and line 2, line 3. So now we have just concatenated each description with semicolon, and you will get this one. So you can find this kind of solution in the internet. But so we expand this a bit more, which fits to the HTML. Sorry. So similar example, I added tr or td for HTML and modify my rule here for encode manage rule for this one. And I like express so that I can easily cut and paste and verify the form. Okay. So now when I see the preview this time, then this has the kind of string which looks very HTML-like. Okay, so this is the trick, how to enable loops in the formula. Actually, we have much more complex string because I'd like to include expense type, description, cost, or how much actually approved, or reviewers comment, or so on. So in actual form, we put this kind of calculation in approve or reject process. With this button, I assigned one rule called HTML coded string, which gives you a chance to enter this complex form. Okay. So, in the second step, we can promote this coded string. So it is very straightforward. However, one thing you'd like to know is make sure, because this area could be very long. So make sure that SharePoint field can store very long one. So to do this one, just this is the sample of the library. So make sure the library setting for this column I call HTML string as an multiple lines of text. Otherwise, you can just have 255, I guess, and the string was cut in the middle. Okay. So, the third step is creating an HTML email in a SharePoint workflow. Well, when you do first time this one, you may hit various limitations. So, few items to remember is there should be no space at all. So, this is very messy, long string you are going to have. And also, it depends on the client mailer. However, in general, class-based CSS does not work. So we have to use inline style. So that's another tricky area. Now, let me show some examples. And now I have workflow here. This is partial workflow. I have some header, summary, footer, but now I haven't entered the repeating table. So let's see the result. This is the one I just entered, and I am going to approve this one because this is demonstration. So we may add comment for someone training cost airfare. Let's see. Let's approve the training cost, but for airfare, make sure to use official career or so on, and then it could be just 250 or 250. So, requested cost is 600, and we approved 550. And let's see, and this is my mailbox right now. And let's see if I, excuse me, not this one. Let's see, I'm going to, I need to approve this one with some comment. Just that. And let's see if I got mail. Come on. Yes, adjusted. In progress, all right. Yes, I got the mail, and this is very straightforward one. Just has a comment cost and cost approved. So let me add the one we've created. So in this email workflow, I'm going to add the set variable like this. Set, I'm going to choose set workflow variable for detail, and for value I'm going to use. This is the document we are going to give you if you fill out the feedback. So, so I've prepared string for mail detail and selecting value and using string builder paste this one. In fact, this says detail as bold font, and this part is table definition and a table header. I'm using inline style. And on this part, I'm going to look up the string we've already created. HTML, no, not this one, HTML string. Yes. Then make sure that I am going to add that parameter and yeah, not mail detail in define email message. You may write down your long HTML string here, that having workflow variable like this helps you to for the maintenance or so on. It's much easier to read. And just make sure to check for error and publish it. Now, I should receive more in detail message. So let me write another one, test number 2. No. Yeah, not so many mere, maybe. Training. Something like this. And let me submit the form. So I have new form, and let me reject this code. This is demo. So I can reject form, reject everything. So approved cost is now 0. And see what kind of message I'm going to receive. So now we have this long HTML string. And in progress. Yes. So now, looks like I added the detail 2 times. Sorry for that. Maybe I have details 2 times here, but now I think you know how the detail is promoted and can be inserted into the email. So I've almost covered the items, but the last item is a kind of a bonus Patrick gave me to do that. That is how to add that link to open the form using the browser. So this is very similar. We can just use another string. Let me copy that one from my document. I'd better to remove extra detail. And let me add one more variable here. Set workflow variable. This is assigned to mail URL. And yeah, so for href, for link part, I'm going to take the encoded URL. This is already prepared in SharePoint, encoded absolute URL, this one. And for the text for the URL, I'll take the title. So, title, come on, take title here, and say OK. Then, at that area in maybe after the summary, after the summary, I'm going to add the mail URL I just added and publish it again. Then let's see what kind of mail I have this time. So this is test number 3. When I approve this one, just approve this as is. Yes. Oh. Ah, did I publish it? Review comment. Oh, I may not add this one. Let's see. This is variable after the summary. Here it is. Oh, I took different one for title, but sorry for that. But if you click this, you are going to open the form. Oops. I got looks like I made something wrong. So this is mail URL, and let's see. Yeah. Oh. From. And this is href and current item title. Let's see. Something wrong. Maybe I missed something. HTML. Did I copy the right one? Yes, this one. And title is a little bit awkward. This should be this name. Wow. And let me try. Maybe something wrong on this one. For href and encode and for this okay. And this is certainly in here. It's mail URL and it's mail URL. It's number 5. Select, let's select approve. Maybe I broke something, but it's already time for, so I hope I can adjust some document or so on if this has not some problem. Maybe I forgot to close something. That's the thing. I'm afraid on this. Yeah, not that one. This affect to other item. PP, PAPA, and so P. Quote, or something. Okay, so I think it's question time. If someone has a question, please type it in. And during that time, Janice, can you explain a little bit on our webinar kit?
Sure. Hi, this is Janice Katsera. I'm the office manager for Qdabra software, and we hope you've enjoyed the webinar today, and do feel free to ask a question. If you fill out the survey at the end, then we can send you the Qdabra webinar kit, which has some little tools and samples in it from today's webinar. If you're interested in getting that webinar kit all year long, it's just $199, and you can go to Qdabra.com to purchase that. And if you do go to Qdabra.com, you can find out more information about what we do. There are demos there of several of our products. There are free trials and a lot more information about support options, whether it's just a small little project that you need an hour or two of help with. You can buy a support pack for that. If it's a big project, contact us and we will have you get in touch with someone who can help you with that project, and there are retainers available online for that. If you're just wanting to chat with some fellow InfoPath peers, we have an online community called InfoPathDev.com, and you can go there to get some blogs, downloads, and some free support. So again, I hope that you have enjoyed the webinar today, and I think Kaoru will answer your questions now.
Okay, so we got one question here, and the question is, I have my image file, JPEG, which I want to send in the mail workflow. It's a single image that needs to go with every email. How can I do that? Good question. So what we're going to send is HTML mail, and as you know, in fact, I haven't tried that, but theoretically in HTML mail, all image should be a link, but not embedded. So you can see many email. When you receive the email, the image is not directly shown. But once you click on the one, then it appears in the image, in the email. So what I think is, if this is fixed image, you can put it somewhere on your web or phone and put the link. That's what I can think of right now. Okay, using HTML encoding. Okay. So hope this will give you a little more idea. So if you have any other questions, well, no question right now. So Janice, I think we can close today. Is this okay for everyone? I hope you enjoy the webinar today. Sorry, this is first time for me to provide the webinar. And sorry if I missed the last one, but I hope you have some ideas that can be utilized in your project.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of the week.
Oh, that's true. Thank you.